Well, about 2 weeks ago, I picked up this 1979 International 184 Lowboy. And since I'm from the Midwest, I gotta say, I think I got a pretty good deal on it. So I started mowing with it. We got the field kind of half mowed, and it had some blow by, which I was fine with until I realized that that little bit of blow by it had was burning about a quart every hour and a half. So that was significant. It got to the point where you look like Cheech and Chong rolling down the field in this thing. It was just blowing smoke everywhere. Then the rear main seal decided to just exit the chat. It was done with life and said, I'm not doing my job anymore. So I pulled her home and, well, now I got to do some stuff with it. So we got all the parts here, and I guess there's nothing more but to just start kind of doing it. I got all the tools to do it. I got just enough knowledge to be dangerous, and I got more than enough beer to figure out anything that's gone wrong. So I guess we should just start. If you want, what I'd do if I were in your position, I'd crack open a cold beer and I'd watch as I start a project. I'm just gonna get way in over my head. Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna bring you in here a little closer. This is in a fairly decent shape. I took it outside the other day and I power washed it because this was all just of smoke coming out of that breather. It was just covered all this in oil and it was coated in grass. So I took some degreaser to it and I got it to where we can actually kind of see what we're doing here. I've been soaking these manifold bolts in PB Blaster, hoping that not snap nothing off. And my goal is to just, take it off, fix it, put it back together. I don't want this to be a project. So I think first we're gonna have to start getting this deck off, because that way I can get the oil pan off. And I bought new rings for this, and I bought a new rear main seal. So my goal is to get everything fixed on this rear main seal. I got a new retainer, got everything. I just gotta, pop all that stuff off, put the main seal in, put that all back together, and then I'm gonna pop this head off, take my pistons out, replace the rings, hone the cylinders, and pop it back in. This is, I'm hoping to get it done by the weekend, but I got a feeling it's not gonna go my way. So this actually came with some extra parts. The guy that sold it to me was extremely nice. Came with an extra steering column, all that. I bought the new cover for the tunnel. It's yellow, so I think we're going to be painting that. Came with a new fiberglass hood because this one's cracked, and I had already kind of started cleaning that stuff out. But all in all, I'm really happy with her. She runs fine. She mows fine. She was a little bit low on power. So when I'd start mowing up a hill, the tractor would die with the PTO on, but if I turned the PTO off, the tractor would go just fine up the hill. So I'm thinking that might have something to do with compression. Everything else kind of seems fine with it. Wires seem fine. I got new plugs. I'm sure those are way fouled out. But we're just gonna pop that off, and I think rings will do a lot. I'll make sure the valves are adjusted right. So let's pop this deck off. And again, I've never done anything on these, so we're just gonna figure it out. All right. I have the service manual printed out for this, and I probably won't look at it much unless I really need to. So, we'll figure it out. Let's pop this deck off. So it looks to me like you got this pin and a pin in the back, and then take the belt off, and it should just pop right out. And then I'll probably have to lift that side of the tractor up on the rear end to, kind of, swing the deck out with the arms. I have the deck somewhat lowered, try and get this belt off before we get too far into it. I'm gonna try and swing this arm up first. That'll be enough. Nope, that's not enough. Just move this one up. Now, there we go. All right. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Oh, there we go. Oh, get the toes out from under there. Don't want to test the steel toes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yep. Oh, the gentleman I bought this off of also had brand new mower blades. So I figure while we have this off, we might as well replace those too. There we go. Oh, yeah. There she is. Got enough? A little more? Ooh. Oh, man. Everything's coated in oil. I mean, I don't like washing it off because it's, you know, rust preventive. But it makes it hard working on it because everything. Come on up. Ugh. If I were smart, I would have put this on a little dolly or cart. Too late now. Drop her back down. Nice and easy. Ooh, don't get the belt in the jack. All right, nice and easy. Oh, yeah, nice and easy. Ooh, yeah. All right. Man, there's a ton of oil on that thing. I don't have enough room for this. No, I did not think this out. Well, that one's already gone. Oh. Okay, well, we're somewhere now. We can see stuff now. I'm gonna take this gas tank off, and of course, I filled it up. So it's probably got 3-4 gallons in it. I never checked this. That is empty. Doesn't even look wet in there. That's not good. Well, good thing I bought antifreeze, because that is empty. Come on. What are you doing? All right, fuel tank's gonna need to come off. And then I'm probably gonna start on the rear main. So the clutch, PTO, all that needs to come out. I do know the breather cap is completely filled with shit because it's been blowing oil out of there, just coated in grass. So I'm gonna take, where did I put her? Right here. I got a coffee can. I'm gonna fill it up with kerosene. Throw that in there. Clean it while I'm doing this. Let it sit for a day or two. I'm gonna undo the fuel line up here, probably at the bowl, and minimize the amount of fuel I get everywhere. Or get a mess. I'm just gonna make messes. That's what I'm gonna do. I love the smell of gas in the morning. I'm gonna try and stay as organized as I can while doing this, which is a pretty big feat for me. Something that normally doesn't happen. Oh. There we go. Now, where am I gonna put this? I guess I'm just gonna start stacking stuff on top of stuff. Hey, get out of here, bird. It's gonna be fun. Do I need to remove? No, I don't. I can do it without doing that, right? Oh, I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Oh, it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to remove the water neck. You know, I'm gonna have to do that anyways. I'm taking the head off of it. I don't know who put this on, but there's, you know, like a big space right here where you can get a screwdriver. No, let's put it right here where it's difficult to get to. I'm not gonna be the one working on the next. Okay. Just throw that in my parts pile. Now I can get this. There we go. Oh, almost. Almost. Uh-oh. Can I go up more? Oh, and I got the, oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna drain the oil now. Got 1 1/8 on this, and it's tight. Ooh, somebody did not want this coming off. Oh, Jesus. What? Come on. God. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Well, we'll try something else. Oil plug should not be this tight. Never be this tight. There we go. Bam. I did buy a new crush washer for that. Hopefully that'll help. I've added oil to that multiple times. That looks like used oil. I mean, like black. Definitely not 3 quarts either. So I give you a little better perspective here. All of this PTO and flywheel and the clutch all have to come out because this silver piece back here is the retainer for the rear main seal. And I have a new retainer and a new rear main seal, so all of this has to come out. I'm gonna try and pull this tensioner so I can just get the belt off of it. And then, oh wow, that is taut. That is taut. Oh, where am I supposed to go with them though? That's not gonna work. I think I have to get. I think I have to remove the PTO first, loosen it up so I can pull it out when I get those loose. Looks like there's a pillow bearing there. I'm just going to take those 2 bolts out and then hope I can pop it out that way. I'm sure it tells me how to do that in the manual. Guarantee it does. Oh, we had a little change of plans. I consulted the manual and I don't think we need to do anything with the PTO to get that out. I think all we have to do is come back here to the back, loosen everything on that U-joint, and we can slide that drive shaft back and get it to come out. I don't know. That's what it appears to be, but we're going to try it and find out. Oh, it worked. It worked. It's like they knew what they were talking about in that service manual. I need to take this PTO belt off because the pulley, this right here, goes through a pulley that is this whole right there. All of that is attached to. So I think if I take that off, I can probably get enough clearance out of here to pop that drive shaft out, and then we can get right to the flywheel. So we pull the belts off the idler pulley, and then we remove this idler tension arm.
Yeah, you're talking to the tractor or talking to a camera?
I'm talking the tractor. The camera just happens to be here.
Oh.
Yeah.
You talking to them folks there, right? On the YouTube?
Oh, I'm trying. They're not listening very well. They don't talk back. Not much of conversation.
Sounds like they're not lending a hand to help.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Oh, Oh, she'll start eating rocks right away.
Yep, there it goes.
Told you. Uh-oh. Oh no. Get off there. Come on. You don't need it anymore. Oh, I got her stuck. I got her stuck. There we go. Always put the bolts back. Otherwise, you'll lose them. Those are free. We should be able to take these out. Oh, and so everything is either 1/2 inch, 9/16, or 3/4 so far. Everything. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One. Next one. I hope you're paying attention how all this is coming apart, because I'm not. Like, I need your help putting it back together. Okay, look at that. So we're somewhere. We're somewhere now. This would probably be the perfect time to replace these belts. But I'm not going to. Yeah, there. Yeah. Get in there. Oh, you know what? I bet I have to take these 10. Yeah, I got to take those off. Got to take those right there off. Because the drive shaft goes into that. That makes sense, right? Number 4, relieve the clutch tension by pushing in on idler tension arm nut with 3/4 inch wrench and slipping. That's not right. 4 is release lever assembly. Yeah, you got all that. Remove the rock shaft? Why would I do that? Disconnect the clutch release arm from the clutch release bearing. Remove all the cap screws from both the clutch drive pulley and the pressure plate assembly. Oh, you got to remove the rock shaft to get it down. I see. Let's try and do this without removing the rock shaft. Yeah, I need to take all that off. That's what I said. I said what I said. Hold on, I got to blow a snot rocket real quick. Bitsy, why are you eating rocks? I can breathe clearly now. The snot is gone. I need a shallow, a thin wall socket. Thin wall 1/2 inch. All right, let's see if we can break this. Okay. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Need a little convincing, huh? Need a little convincing. How do I do this now? Let me look at the book of answers. Well, father-in-law showed up, and we just kind of started yanking on stuff, and second pair of hands really helped with it. Here's what I ended up doing. Drop the rock shaft, and then in order to do that, there's just 2 bolts here, 2 bolts on the other side, popped right out, take the pin out of the cylinder. Then right there is a steering arm, steering linkage that comes up that rides underneath the rock shaft. Took that out. So then the drive shaft was stuck with the pressure plate pushing on it. So there's a pin right there that goes to the fork from the clutch pedal. I took that fork out and it freed up a lot of room in there. Then I came back here, took the U-joint, loosened it from the transmission, popped it all the way forward so it was not attached to the transmission, and I was able to get the brake plate off of the PTO, pop the belts off the PTO, and then all of this just slid right out. So it was actually a lot easier than I was making it. But 2 people, it was nice because he was able to hold this up here while I was underneath it, yanking on the U-joint. And it was really easy though. But once we got all that loosened up and done, popped right out. So it wasn't too bad. So now I'm going to take these bolts and pop that flywheel off, and then it'll give me access to that retainer. All right, let's get this flywheel off now. Oh, I probably should put a socket on the end of this. Just pretend all these sockets are black. That's what I do. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Come on. Well, that's a pisser, ain't it? Oh, shit. Oh, all right. Well, try something else. This is not my preferred way of doing this. Oh, you stupid. That's not going to work. It needs to be on the other side. Oh, yep. Didn't break it, but it slipped. Maybe a swivel? No, you're losing too much power. Losing too much power with it. I knew it. Let's try again. It's the worst I can have. It don't work. And it don't work. All right. God damn it. All right, here's what I come up with. Since I can't get anything in that little slot there, I've got a 1/2 inch socket with a 1/2 inch extension that gets me back to here. And then I can take the big 1/2 inch impact here and take those off. So we're gonna hope we don't like break anything. I think we'll be fine though. There we go. I did it. Next. There it is. Got them done. As I'm turning this, I can literally hear air coming out of the oil fill. I'd say there's a little bit of blow by. All right, and there's the seal that we need to get to right there. All right, got to take the oil pan off still though. Yow. That little bugger's got some weight to her, huh? So these 3 bolts in the front here go to your rear main seal retainer. So if all you were doing was the rear main seal and the retainer, then these 3 bolts right here would be all you'd have to replace, it appears. Now I'm doing piston rings. So this oil pan has to come off anyways so I can access those. So I'm just taking the whole thing off. Oh, I should have left one of these in. That way the whole world don't come crashing down on me. Am I gonna have to take... Oh, I am. Front steering sitting on a cross member, and I'd have to take all that off to use the impact. Back to a box wrench. Wait, but am I gonna be able to get... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that out. The bolt's gonna be too long? Oh no. There's no way I gotta take that out, right? Oh, that's definitely not gonna come out. I gotta take that whole bracket off. Well, I got the oil pan off, and I tell you what, that thing was stuck on there. I ended up having to get like a screwdriver to poke it in there. But I think now we're ready to take the retaining ring off of the rear main seal. So let's start getting on that. But all of this right here, the silver part has to come off. That's got the rear main seal in it. So I'm going to pull that off. There's a gasket behind it. We'll replace that gasket, put our new seal in, and then from that point, we'll start putting the flywheel on, all that stuff. And I'm going to do a better job of trying to kind of tell you the steps. I am talking to imaginary people. But I'm going to try and do a good job of giving you the steps on that since I didn't get the first part of it on video. So.
Can you just leaving the chicken nugget in there, please?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
How rude.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, you missed those steps because Dad helped.
Yeah.
Sorry, friends. Oh, close. Hold close.
These are really loose. Oh my gosh, like really loose. Yeah, I don't think they should be that loose. Something. All right. Ow. Yeah. So those come off a lot easier in the oil pan. Yeah. No ridges. Think old girl is just done. Here's the old one. There's a new one. Now the reason I'm replacing this is because this whole unit instead of just this is because I heard of on some forums that the retaining ring can wear out too, and you can actually be leaking out of your retaining ring instead of just your seal. So there are people that would send these to somebody, and then he would take this, mill them down, and then send you a new one with the correct seal. But I just decided to go brand new. So let's get the seal in there. Yeah, the outer side of that seal is completely worn down. I'm assuming that's where it's leaking. All right, well, after a little bit of thinking juice and a bigger hammer and a little bit of patience, I got it started. Got it started evenly around now. So now I'm going to try and take this 2x4 and just, get her going. Oh, the spring came out. We'll get that back in there. Hey, Evelyn. Got to work that spring back in there, but I think it's all good, all in there. It's flush with the front. Got a little gap back here. I'm going to look at the other one and see if there's a little gap here. If it's pressed tight with a little lip here, I'm going to go look, but we need to get that spring back in there too. Yeah, so this one here's got a little gap just like that one. But this is why I got a new retaining block and the seal. So you can see this one is really easy to pull out. So that means, yeah, you can see there's actually a lip there where this is the retaining ring's worn just as much as the seal. All right, a little bit of clean oil on this ring. Help her slide on. Well, I just said a little bit. Not the whole thing. Damn. The original one had a rubber gasket on the back. This one's just a paper, which I guess is fine. Came from a reputable dealer. Everything seems to be sitting fine. Guess the only way to find out is when we get everything back together, go through all the work, and then start it up. Now the torque spec on this is, oh, yeah, that's tight. That's tight. It's going to be tighter than what they were, I can tell you that. Well, I guess now it's time for reassembly. Flywheel first. Yeah. All right, pin align. Align me, pin. Come on, pin. Get me aligned. Oh, come on. Oh, you're not doing your job, buddy. Come on. What is it? There it is. All right. Oh. Mm. It's a lot heavier than it looks. Slow and even. Well, get in there. What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, get in there. Oh, come on. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. All right. I think we're just gonna give it all the ugga-duggas now. Oh no, we still drew it in. Let's just give it less ugga-duggas then. Half the ugga-duggas. Yeah, there we go. Now we're making some moves. All right. So now we're gonna put the drive shaft in with the clutch and the PTO pulleys. Oh, the fork. Yeah, we got the fork too. Where'd the PTO pulleys go? Did I? I'll find them. There's got to be somewhere. Where did they go? I'm already losing stuff. I took this apart this morning. Oh, it's right there. I am blind. All right, now again, I took the whole U-joint off the back, and that gave me the most movement forward and back where I could get this out. So this little piece here, these two notches, they sit in the frame, and you'll see that. And your forks sit on the other side of that. So let's get it in like Flynn. Come on, get in there. What am I hitting? Can you tell me what I'm hitting over there? What is it? The PTO? Oh, that came off. Okay. Oh, this came off. That's why. Get a hand in there. There we go. All right. So now this, I'm gonna wipe that out real quick. If I can find a rag anywhere. Premier rag. Oh, you got it. It's underneath you. Oh, so bitch. I just can't see nothing. Oh, come on. It's a lot easier taking this apart. There we go. This goes on first. This is the perfect time to change these belts. I think I said that before. But I'm not doing it, so. Oh, come on. Get in there. Yep. That's good. Then goes pressure plate and then your clutch. I just got everything just jammed tight in there, don't I? Damn. Now the clutch. There it is. Oh, go home. She's getting somewhere. There we go. Oh, yeah. Well, what is your problem now? Oh, come on. Just line up. I know you want to. All right, so here's where I think my problem is. I can't get these bolts into the flywheel because I think when I took the fork right here off, there's a lot of pressure on it. So I think this piece here that the fork slides into puts pressure on these, and that allows you to get these holes in the right spot. So I bolted the PTO pulley up to the flywheel, just 3 bolts, and then I'm going to put that fork in, and hopefully if I press the clutch in, I can get that hole to line up right there. All of them really, because none of them are wanting to go in. So let's try it. Where's my channel locks? Oh, they're all the way over there. There we go. There we go. All right, so a little recap here. I got my fork on here, that pin there, what I was struggling with, and that controls the clutch pedal, pushes that right there in and out, and goes beep 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 beep, and that pushes on these springs here on your pressure plate. And I was struggling getting these bolts in to line up right. So Sarah was able to sit and push the clutch in and out slowly until these would compress and this would move enough where I could get that each bolt in. So that's kind of the trick in that I just learned, is to work that in and out until you can get that, going. So now I can take my impact with my short socket thin wall and get these all ran in, and then after that I'll probably tighten up my drive shaft, my U-joint, and let me think. And it's the idler pulley. Yeah, that's it. It's the idler pulley for my PTO, and that's all. Those don't look like they're lined up very well, do they? Were they lined up good though? Had to have been, right? You think? Well, we'll find out. Yep. All right. Well, last thing last, I'm gonna get the PTO idler on. And then we'll be done for now. So I still have to do all the stuff in the still got to take the head off and do all that stuff. So I'll be probably doing that tomorrow. Get this pulley on, and then get the tools cleaned up and the floor cleaned up so tomorrow maybe I don't get as dirty. That's a joke, because I'm definitely going to get as dirty. No. But I got the pressure plate all tightened up. Got the drive shaft tightened up on the back end by the transmission. So this is it. And then everything else I normally would have to put back if I had to put the rock shaft back and all the steering parts I took off, that kind of stuff. That would be now, but since I'm doing more tomorrow, all that stuff's going to have to come off anyways for that. So there really is no point in putting it back on. And that's it. All done. All done. So take drive shaft out and drop the rock shaft, some steering parts, take the fork out, take all the clutch stuff off the flywheel, and then undo the Allen keys back here. I think they were 7/16. Slide that whole shaft back to the rear main seal. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I think it took me like 2.5 hours in total with breaks here and there and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to clean up all this mess now that I've made. Wife says I should shower before bed. I don't know if that's really needed, but I appreciate you watching. And tomorrow I'm going to get started on that, pulling the head off, put new piston rings in. So if you'd like to see that, like and subscribe, and well, you'll see it.